Hello, everyone. I have about 15 minutes here, and I wanted to do a quick Q&A with you guys, answer questions that you might have, and just have a chance to say hi. I've never done this before, so I just wanted to. Hi, Eliza. How are you? Hola. ¿Cómo está? So yeah, I just wanted to talk with you guys, see how you guys are finding the channel. If you guys have any input you want, videos to see. Um, if you guys have any questions in general. Who is my favorite vocalist? Um, Probably right now Bruno Mars. He is pretty amazing. Adele is amazing. Um, Yeah, David Phelps is also pretty darn awesome. Justin Bieber is pretty good. Okay, how to know which voice type you are. Um, to be honest, are you singing Laurel? Are you singing opera? Because if you're not singing opera, voice type is pretty much it doesn't matter. It's pretty whatchamacallit, obsolete. So just kind of get a feel for what your voice type is. Sorry, what your lowest note and what your highest note is. So try to like feel out your voice, and get a feeling for where you're at. It's not about kind of, I'm rambling. It's not about being bass, baritone, tenor. Doesn't really matter what label you give to it. Soprano. But oh, you're singing in a choir. Okay, so that actually does apply. A lot of times they don't even care how what voice type you are. They'll just kind of fit you in to whatever position they need to be filled. So what I would recommend doing is, if you really need to find your voice type, you can go and just go to like a virtual piano, or if you have a keyboard, and play notes on the keyboard all the way to the lowest note that you can hit, and then play up the keyboard all the way to the highest note that you can hit. And then just quickly search on Wikipedia. You can check for what voice type that is. So I hope that answers your question. That was a very long-winded answer. I apologize. What voice type am I? I am a tenor. I am a tenor. Probably between, yeah, like a lyric tenor. What other questions do we have here? When did I start singing? I started singing when I was about 15 years old. I joined a rock band, and the guitarist and the drummer in the rock band said, "Hey, why don't you get singing lessons?" It was their nice way of saying, "Buddy, you're not so great. Let's improve your singing here." So they got me taking singing lessons, and I started with actually an operatic singing teacher, which I think was counterproductive a little bit. So I spent 2 years there. It was, yeah, I just kind of kept going because my parents were paying for it, and I didn't think much of other options. And then I finally checked online to see, are there any other options? And so I found that there were other options that I could explore. And so that led me to taking different types of lessons with speech level singing. If you guys are familiar with that, or Singing Success with Brett Manning. And that helped quite a bit. And I grew a lot there. And it was only through that process that I started to really develop. So I never was in a choir. Like I said, I was in a band. Not when I was in college. Actually, we broke up right before high school ended. So I just want to pose a question to you guys, actually, to anybody watching there. What do you guys think? Has anybody visited my Patreon page? And what do you guys think of the rewards there? I want to get you guys the best rewards that it could possibly do. And so whatever you guys want to have, that's what I'll set up there. It's really not about me, it's about you guys. So you let me know if you've seen it and you're like, oh, I don't want those rewards, so I'm not going to sign up. Just yeah, let me know. Okay, Harshit, you're 20. You want to learn how to sing. What are my suggestions to improve your voice? Right now, it sucks completely. Um, so it's kind of hard to answer these questions without hearing people's voices. But by and large, there are a number of things that you can do. So if pitch issues are your problem, I highly recommend downloading something called a chromatic tuner. So let me just pull this up on my phone here. So you see this right here? This is a fine chromatic tuner. So essentially is right now the microphone in my phone is picking up the pitch of my voice. So what I recommend doing is like hitting a key on a keyboard and then trying to match that with your voice. So if like the key is then you try to match that with your voice. And you try to find that exact pitch. And once you hit the pitch, then you move on to the next one on the scale. It's as simple as that. That's going to help tighten up your pitch significantly, which is pretty awesome. And the app is free. Yes. Yeah, so the intro song, oh, you guys are asking. Yeah. The intro song is my cover of Lost Boy by Ruth B. When I posted up my when I posted up my vocal transformation video, a lot of people were commenting on that one specific part of that song, and they were liking it. So I figured, okay, if people like it, might as well put it as my intro. So that's why I changed that. Noah Ohio is asking, am I Jewish? Yes, I am Jewish, and you're Jewish too. Shalom Aleichem. And Shana Tova. Okay, so you guys want me to check out David Phelps' most resonant high notes. Okay, I'll check that one out. You know what? Actually, let me write that down so I don't forget it. And that'll be one of the upcoming videos. So by and large, how are you guys liking the videos? Do you guys have any comments regarding videos and how you've been finding those? And yeah, I want to get your feedback. David Phelps, most resonant high notes. All right, save that one. Thank you. I appreciate the I appreciate the compliments on the videos. I'm glad you guys are liking it. Okay, and do I speak Hebrew? Yes, I do speak Hebrew. Not very, very well, but decently enough. Make a reaction to Alex Turner from the Arctic Monkeys. Yes, I could check that out. Let's check that one out also. So this is good. I'm making a list for the next time that I'm posting videos. That way I don't have to sit thinking of videos when I'm about to record. Oh, very nice. Noah, you speak Hebrew as a first language. אני מדבר קצת, אבל לא כל כך טוב. Do I listen to African music? I haven't listened to much African music, to be honest. I like to think that my music listening is quite diverse, but I must admit that African music doesn't fall into that. So I listen to a lot of 50s, 60s music because I actually do a lot of concerts in retirement homes. So they enjoy a lot of the Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. Everybody loves somebody sometime type of music. But they what am I saying? Yeah. So I like that. I like metal. I like rock. I like pop. I like EDM. I like a whole bunch of different music. I like Hebrew music. Um, but yeah, I've never listened to any African music. Do you have any suggestions of African singers to check out? Would I ever analyze Jeff Buckley's Grace? Why not? I should do this more often so I get really good suggestions. Grace. Then what was that other one? I already went off topic and lost where. Oh, you like the Brendan Urie ones. Okay, awesome. Sinful Passion by Dmash. I'll check that out. Dmash, sorry. Uh, Paul, you want to do a singing contest? What would the singing contest include? A panel of judges from the channel, people who Ishai Rebo Kolazman. Okay, I could check that one out. How did I get passionate about singing? For me, my passion in singing came about when I would listen to singers and feel intense feelings while watching them, and like, feeling intense sadness or feeling intense, just any intense emotion, intense happiness, intense, joy. And I wanted to be able to elicit those same emotions in other people. And in order to do that, you kind of have to be good at singing, as long as you don't want your emotion that you elicit in the audience to be cringing. So I spent a lot of years working on my voice so that I'd be able to elicit that type of emotional response from people. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm also a registered psychotherapist. So I deal a lot with emotions, and in therapy, I'm working a lot with people through anxiety, through depression. And, I feel like my music and my singing is really just an extension of that. I work with people who have Alzheimer's and dementia, and a lot of the therapy that I do is music therapy. Sinful Passion. Okay, I'll check that one out. I promise. I don't guarantee I will. I don't guarantee I will make a video out of it, but I will definitely check it out. Yes, I definitely use music for therapeutic purposes all the time. Um, right now, I'm seeing about 25 clients on a weekly basis. I'm quite busy, so that's why it's very hard for me to keep up with this channel because I'm working a full-time job on top of it. Okay, we got a good vibrato question here. Does it automatically activate, I don't know the right term, every time you sing, or do you have control over it and can't sing with it if you want to? You do have control over it, although it should come naturally. So those two are not contradictions. So if I have like, you can do it straight tone. Or we can throw in some vibrato. So we want to be able to turn it on and off because sometimes when you're singing a song, you want to be able to sing that part with a straight tone. A lot of times, the straight tone is very, very impactful. But then vibrato actually releases the voice and can also have its own kind of unique impact. So you want to be able to do both. Your mom had dementia. I'm really sorry to hear that. Yes, a restful environment. Yeah, so I'm actually in one of the retirement homes right now that I work with, and definitely this place is quite amazing for its ability to work to create a restful and positive environment for the residents here. My opinion about singing without a vocal coach. It's a good question. What is my opinion about trying to learn how to sing without a vocal coach? So, vocal coaches are very good for singers who want to be able to improve at the quickest rate possible. So, when you're learning without a vocal coach, it's gonna be a lot of trial and error. It's like you try this for quite a while, then you realize from hearing somebody else that, oh, that was incorrect. Because the main issue is there's a lot of misinformation on the web. So you're going to get, and not even, there is misinformation, but there's also not even misinformation, but differing opinions. So you're going to go to hear Ken Tamplin, and he's going to say one thing. Then you're going to hear Tristan Paredes saying something else, and then you're going to hear Carl, Carl Whedon. He's going to be saying something else, and then you're going to be hearing Brett Manning. He's going to be saying something else, and they're all going to be fighting against each other, and they're all going to be saying this guy's an idiot, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And you're trying to figure out in this mess of everybody yelling at each other, what should I be doing? It can be very, very disheartening and it can be very confusing. So I highly recommend picking a vocal coach that seems to have developed something with their voice and that seems to have a technique that makes sense to you, and just stick with them, because all this jumping around can be very confusing, especially for beginners. As you get better and like you're kind of your own vocal coach, then yeah, you can dabble in different approaches and see what is this approach saying and what is that approach saying, and kind of piece it all together. But to have to deal with that, all that information as a beginner is just overwhelming. That's my opinion. Does music improve the efficiency of therapy? How's your observations? I'm also a psychologist and thinking about using classical music during therapy sessions. Oh, wow. Very nice to see a psychologist on here. I don't use it with my, I work a lot with trauma patients, people who've been in car accidents. I don't use music so much with them. I use it more with the elderly population. I find it to be very effective with them. I'm going to have to wrap up actually, guys, because I actually have to go sing in a concert right now. But But yeah, I don't use it so much in actual therapy with um, non-Alzheimer's patients. Let's put it that way. I'm not a registered music therapist, so I don't practice music therapy per se, but I use music as a form of therapy. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm hopefully going to be doing this a little bit more often now that I've finally broken the ice and gotten over the anxiety of actually presenting myself in front of all of you in a live format. And I hope you guys will join in the following streams that are to come. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care, everyone.